Today we're going to take a look at powder snow and what it can do. What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Obvious and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Okay, so you guys know what top snow is, right? And you guys know what a regular snow block is. You can stand on it, you can create it. Top snow you just place down, you can make it a snow block, okay? But it is just a snow block, okay? You make them from snowballs and gather them up. But now we have powder snow in the game, okay? So if you notice, I'll stand on it. I'm not going through it. We'll get to that in a minute. That's because I have leather boots on. Without the leather boots, I sink through it, okay? So think of it like I guess like a quicksand block. That's really the best way to describe it. Now, you will not take suffocation damage when you're in it, but you'll notice this little, they call it a vignette around the screen. You'll notice the crystals. Now, I'm in Bedrock. Oh, well, I'm also in Creative, but let's actually switch to Survival. But I'm in Bedrock, so right now, there's no freezing effect. There is a freezing effect currently in Java, which I really hope comes over to Bedrock. Basically, after 15 seconds of being inside this block, you'll start to get the hearts on the bottom will turn a cyan color, and it'll start to slowly go down every 3 seconds. You'll get a half a heart every 3 seconds. And then when you come out of it, you'll slowly start to build back up. The hearts will turn back to red, and you'll slowly start to build back up. Now, the same thing happens for mobs. But again, this is the freezing aspect is in Java Edition only. But mobs can fall through it in Bedrock. Now, all mobs will fall through it and not take suffocation damage, right? Oops, wrong thing. But when you're in Java, the rabbit, the endermite, and the silverfish will actually take suffocation damage if they're in there long enough. Those are the only 3 mobs. But every other for Bedrock, every single mob will not take suffocation damage. Okay, it's just the freezing in Java and suffocation for those 3 also in Java. Now, this is the block. Again, let's go back to Survival. Here is our Silk Touch. So you'll notice, oh, right. These mobs are here. Get away from me. You'll notice, watch what happens. So right now I currently have 1 powder snow, okay? I have a Silk Touch on this. Drops nothing. Drops nothing. I don't know if that's going to get changed, but even with Silk Touch, it drops absolutely nothing currently. Also, right now in Bedrock, again, this is very early on. It's the first update that it's been in. The only way to get it in Bedrock is to go into Creative. Okay, you go into Creative, you go to Nature, and it is right here, powder snow. That is it. In Java Edition, you put down cauldrons when it starts to snow, just like buckets of water, and it'll start to fill up with snow. And there will actually be a snowy bucket that you can get. So what you do is you take an empty bucket, you go over to it, you'll see that I'm hitting it, right? You can hear it. It's not doing it. Oh, there's also no snow in it, but I can't do anything. Top snow, can't fill it. You can try and go in where it's snowing. It's not going to do anything. Okay, it's not going to do anything at all. So right now in Bedrock, that's all we have. But in Java, that's how you get it. I imagine that's how we're going to get it in Bedrock eventually as well. And then you would take those snowy buckets and you just basically put them down. And that is how you get your snow, which you can't get back currently. Okay? The cool thing about this is items, it's not just mobs, but items will also fall through this. Kind of like cobwebs, but a little bit faster. So you'll notice I threw it up there, and you'll see it come down here. This could be useful for timers. Very useful for timers, actually. You'll see it'll fall through. Don't worry. But we're going to get into the boots and stuff like that in a second, and the leather armor. There we go. So it fell through. So that was, it took a little while, not as long as cobwebs would have taken, but it's decent. It's definitely a very cool feature to have for things. So besides mobs falling on it, and you falling through it, if you have leather boots on, that goes for armor stands as well, and mobs with leather boots as well, anybody that is wearing leather boots will not go through it at all. So let's take, can I grab this or no? So let's take a regular one, and I'll show it to you that it will fall through. Okay, so let's just come here, and let's take one right now, armor stand, boom. You'll see it fall through. Because I put another block above it, equipped it, broke the block, and it fell, it does not go through. Same thing, like I said, with us. I have them equipped, and I'm not falling through. So it's pretty cool. But when you're on it, when you're on it with leather boots and you crouch, it acts just like scaffolding. Okay, so it acts just like scaffolding. That is the way to go in it when you have on leather boots, which is cool because it gives leather boots another useful thing. You know, because they're kind of just, you just dye them, and that's really all they got at the moment. Okay, on Java Edition, you will take fall damage, but here's the cool thing about Bedrock: you can't take fall damage. So you notice we are at the top, right? We're at the height limit. Let's switch it over to survival. I think this is the right way, and let's just fall down. Here we go, and boop, no fall damage. So that's a really cool feature that I hope it stays. Now, let's talk about mobs. So, like I said, in Java Edition, they take freezing damage after a while. However, fire mobs, such as these guys right here, the Blaze and Magma, they don't take damage right away like other mobs do. It takes a little while, which is weird. You would think that they would take it faster because they're hot, but they don't. But they eventually take it. It just doesn't happen as long. I don't have a time. It didn't say a time when I was looking it up. So, and again, I can't do the experiment because I'm not in Java. But they don't freeze as quickly as regular mobs. Probably because they're so hot, they're like melting it. That's kind of, I guess that's supposed to be the effect. But eventually, we'll catch up with them, and they will melt. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm here in the end. I went really far away from where the dragon is and stuff. We're gonna put down an Enderman and see what happens. He does go through it. He absolutely goes through it. This is so cool. And you can actually kind of see them going down. Oh, I have farm ideas. So cool. I want to see about the wither. Actually, let's see what happens to these guys when they get to the end. And then we're going to test out the wither. Just because I have to see what happens. Actually, we could probably see down here before we wait. Or while we wait, I should say. He just dies. That's it. Oh, wow. This is cool. You could do like water underneath, like a little water platform, because they're not gonna go to this. They're not gonna teleport to this. So rather than creating all these water features to get out here, we can literally just put this down now. That's really cool. Is this guy still coming? Or did they leave? He might have already left. Fell through. Okay, so let's test out what happens to if we summon the wither. So we'll get some soul sand and we'll get some, where are the heads? There we go. Okay, so let's make a little platform. I just want to see. I just want to see if he falls through it. And then maybe we can, you know what? Maybe we can create a cage. Maybe we can create a cage out of it. Let's try that first and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so we go 1, 2, boom, boom. Oh, is it because I have it all like that? Is that the reason? I just recently did a video where I spawned it in the end, so there we go. That's so cool. I wonder, you guys in Java have to do this, so I'm going to do something and I want to know if it works. You have to let me know. What we're going to do is we're going to put down some snow. Regular snow. Okay, we're just going to do regular snow. 3, 4. Okay. And then we're going to do some of this. Some powder snow. All right. We're going to do it too high. Yeah, we'll do it too high. Just like that. I want to just see what happens to him. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3 like this. Now, let's see what happens. Okay, so maybe I actually should have made it 3 high. Nope. Okay, so nothing happens. He literally just annihilates it. Okay, good to know. And then the last thing that I wanted to share is that I got to defeat the dragon while I'm here to go back. But the last thing I wanted to share is that leather armor was supposed to be implemented for that, for the ice effect, for the freezing effect. But it has not been implemented properly at the time I'm recording this. So currently it doesn't work. But hopefully in the future, if you wear full leather armor, you won't be able to freeze at all. You know, think about like the pioneers back in the day. They to protect themselves, they'd just cover themselves in pelts and things like that. I think that's what that's supposed to be, and it keeps you, protected. So anyway, that's going to do it for me. Until next time, Captain Obvious out. Peace.